result you were looking for. Why was scoring such a challenge today?
Good question. I actually commended our backs for the amount of pressure they absorbed today. We can take a lot of positives from that. But clearly, like last week, at the contested possession, we were easily beaten. And it starts there. Melbourne get their hands on the footy, go forward, it makes it harder. So that's probably why we probably couldn't score as much as we would have liked to, in a nutshell.
Yeah, so you felt you didn't get the opportunity, not only did you not score, you probably didn't get the opportunities to score in the first place.
Yeah, that's right. I thought the first quarter we got out of jail a bit, I reckon, because Melbourne couldn't quite put on the scoreboard, and then I reckon the last couple of minutes of that quarter we actually had it locked in our forward half, and if we had snuck one there, it might have got us a bit more upbeat from there. But they just won the contest all day and put us on the back foot, which, as we saw, doesn't quite help.
What do you say to people who get on the back of the comp about the scoring? Seems to be the Groundhog Day sort of topic. Obviously the conditions were hard though as well. That was a pretty nasty crosswind.
Yeah, that breeze was pretty strong. The competition's still evolving, and we're a very young side and we're learning. We made some big decisions in the off season and brought a lot of youth and talent. So every opportunity for us at the moment is to go out there and learn and develop. And we got a good lesson last week, and we nearly won a game of footy that we probably could have deserved. And today we came up against one of the favourites to win this for the first 2 years, and again this year, and their midfield is better than anyone. So it's a great test for our midfield group and our team to come up against really good opposition, because when you play good opposition you get better and you learn from it. The good thing for our football club is that when you've got a new team, to go away and get on the road has been a blessing for us the first 2 years. So looking forward to next week to head into Perth. We get on the road, go away for 2 days as a team, can really bond. Because 12 hours a week you don't get that chance to do a lot of bonding, so we're looking forward to that as a young team moving forward.
I guess for the third year in a row you're now 0-2, so you're starting with giving the rest of the a bit of a head start again. Do you sort of feel the pressure sustainability again? Because there's only 5 games left in the season, I guess.
Well, we're a young team learning. We'll need to take opportunities, and as long as we see some progression each week and keep improving, that's what we want to see, certainly from a coaching group and a playing group. But look at our conference, GWS, everyone's talking up them, and they're 0-2, we're 0-2. All crossover games this week, so if all conference 18s win, we're still third in the conference. But the ladders to us are relevant, because if we get what we want to do right and can keep improving, then the results will take care of themselves.
Steph, did someone go to Brittany at half time just to reassure her after that second quarter error, or do you let it go? Does someone else do that? Or not?
Yeah, look, mistakes are a part of footy. We had a chat about it, as a group. We felt our second quarter was really poor as a whole. It wasn't just, Brit's incident. It was, across the board. We weren't good around the contest, as Wayne spoke about. So we need to address a few things. And to our credit, I think our last quarter was really good, and it's just a little bit too late.
I guess, it's an unenviable tag of the lowest ever score in the comp. Is that something you pretty proud group, I would imagine? Will that be something you sort of use as motivation for next week?
No, couldn't care less, to be honest. If we win a game and we kick 1-1, and they don't kick anything, then we win. Couldn't care less what the score is. Obviously, we'd like to be kicking goals and winning games, but if we win a game and it's a low score, that means absolutely nothing to us.
You moved Ashley into the middle for the last quarter, which probably made a difference. Can you use her more often in that sort of forward of centre role?
I think we might have to just give us some more drive. And as you would have seen, we've got a pretty young forward line, pretty new forward line. So to have the opportunity to get a bit more entry in there and a bit quicker might help us. And certainly she was outstanding again for us. She played well, certainly in the first quarter, which held us in it. But her and Jordan Allen work so well together, because Jordan Allen's ability to read the game and her footy IQ allows Braz to be a lot more aggressive. And then we just felt, as when the game was there to be won in that last quarter, let's change it up. We put her in the midfield, and she gave us that run and drive that we needed. And something, as you all probably appreciate, one of the best players out there can really showcase their skills, and makes this game a great game to get patrons to come and watch, and also watch at home. So if we can showcase them a bit more, and it's going to be good for the game.
Wayne, what's the situation with Emma Green?
Yeah, so she had just AC joint in her shoulder, so we'll have some tests on Monday, and hopefully see the outcome of that, which, another thing, it's hard for that, vice captain of the team, with a young team too, Steph's out there, Braz is vice captain too, but, you need as many leaders as you can out there, and she's quite a vocal part of our team, and You lose a bit of that and not making excuses for it, but it just, you need every bit of leadership you can at the moment with our young side.
Shani Lade seems to be struggling the first couple of weeks. I know she's obviously fresh to the game. Do you sort of back her in and play next week regardless, or might she need just a bit of a breather?
Well, she, like the rest of the team, she's learning. The hardest thing in this competition is the inability to do a lot of match practice before the season. So the only chance she gets to do it is in practice games and then round one, because we only have 30 on our list. You can't actually do 16 on 16 game sim because you don't have 32 players. So the only way she learns is to be put out there, and it just takes time. Steph's lucky she's been playing the game for a long time, but these crossover rookies take a while to get going. But she just keeps learning. She just comes in the club, spends time watching vision, keeps working on her skills, and it's she'll be better playing next year, and then 2 years' time she'll be even better. But it just takes time and it's patience, unfortunately.
I know Steph said, which is fair enough, you couldn't care less about the score, but how important was to get that goal on the board from your perspective, just for a bit of confidence going into this week?
Well, I said to the group after the game that the amount of excitement and buzz the team got from that goal, the next 3 or 4 minutes until the siren went, we went to another gear. So I just said we're going to need to find that energy earlier, and it might not necessarily have to be through goals. It can be through some really good passage of play or some really good tackles. That obviously the energy that came from that goal got the team up. So if we can find that a bit more. Again, young team, a lot of players are young. We had 8 debutants last week, another one this week, that are still finding their feet. So for them to be confident to come out and speak more on the ground takes time, and we understand that. But if we can try and find little triggers that can get everyone up, beat a lot more, we'll keep finding them.
When Katie Lynch was really impressive at her defensive spot today, what did you make of her game?
Look, first game's always tough, especially when you're playing sort of as a key forward, and we chucked her in the midfield at times. But she presented the footy and gave us a contest, and that's all we can ask from her. And again, someone with that sort of body shape and size is going to be pretty exciting for our football club in the years to come.
Steph, I guess when you're out there as a leader, when you're on the opposite side of O'Day and Paxman there, they're dominating quite a bit. What do you do to sort of get the players to sort of just stick to the task and try and stem the flow as such?
Yeah, well, I think our girls would have learned a lot from playing on the likes of Paxman and O'Day, and I think it's important to note, Paxman, O'Day and Pearce and the Ruck have played together for many, many years at local level, and it really does show. That's why they are the best contested football team in midfield. So, look, I think our girls will learn a lot from that. It's just about, I suppose, learning and having that confidence to take the game on, and I think they'll come away from that game and reflect on it, review, and say, you know what, we were beaten by better players on the day. But look, we're a young group. Wayne said it before. I'm going to say it again. Very young group, and it's really important that we stay positive when we find those little wins, and we keep progressing forward.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
No worries at all.